Hey, sofrito lovers, this is Bren Ramos bringing you this week's mukbang from my palatial home here in the Northwest Bronx. The Bronx, the home of hip hop and salsa. I am bringing you a gyro. Yes, a gyro. It's a gyro. Come on, folks. Who in this day and age still calls it a gyro? It's a gyro, a lamb gyro with French fries and ketchup and a big old corn on the cob. Listen, this is all from a neighborhood place called Kennedy Fried Chicken. You heard me correctly, not Kentucky, Kennedy Fried Chicken. I describe Kennedy Fried Chicken and all the other little small chicken chains that are like Kennedy Fried Chicken. I describe them as chiking. I said chiking. Wow, that Boricua accent came out, made us chiking. These chicken places, I just call them what they are. They're little ghetto spots, little hood rat spots, you know, fake wannabe chicken. They all wish they were KFCs, but they're not. You know, Kennedy Fried Chicken. There's Texas Fried Chicken, Virginia Fried Chicken. One time I even saw Philadelphia Fried Chicken. There's these small little nothing wannabe chains. At least in New York City, if you live in the hood and there's no Popeyes or KFCs, there's definitely a Kennedy Fried Chicken. So where they sell everything and anything that they can possibly sell you. So yes, a gyro, a lamb gyro. Lamb gyro, lettuce, tomato, red onions. It's a weird plate, guys, so it's hard for me to show you. Lettuce, tomato, onions, covered in the white sauce. Growing up in Harlem on 139th and Amsterdam, my father had a bodega. Bodega is a Spanish term for like grocery store. But at the corner of our block was a Greek restaurant. Like, it was one of those Greek American diners where they sold only like 2 plates of Greek food, spanakopita, and they had gyros or gyros, you know. And maybe 1 or 2 other Greek things, moussaka or moussaka. And everything else was American food, burgers and fries, all that stuff. And that's where I fell in love with gyros or gyros. Growing up as a kid, I loved the Greek food there. Like any typical Greek American cafe, restaurant, whatever, diner. That's what it really was. It was a diner. It had all the American fare. You could get all types of burgers and fries and all that stuff. But I loved going there to actually eat the Greek food, which used to always weird them out because they knew my dad. They knew Papi. So they always thought it was funny that the cute little chubby Puerto Rican kid with the big glasses used to always go and want, I want spanakopita, I want gyros. You know, I wanted the real Greek food. I didn't want the fake, you know, mashed potatoes and meatloaf, all that American fare. I wanted to go to a Greek diner and have Greek food. I love their moussaka. It was so good. So, frito lovers, it's been 2 weeks. I hope you guys are good. I am okay. Lots of stress in the air, but still staying afloat and doing what I gotta do. I should have brought a napkin. I'm covered in white sauce. Tzatziki sauce. Just covered in white sauce. But Everything is great, you guys. A lot of stress, but adapting, being flexible. I'm a little sad. This weekend, Tracy Braxton, known primarily for having been in the Braxton's singing group, at least for a few minutes, and being a part of the show Braxton Family Values, which used to be on WeTV, died at the age of 50. 5 years older than me. You know, she had esophageal cancer. Given what's happening all around me, I guess it's only natural that I'm very sensitive about death, and I love Tracy. I thought Tracy Braxton was one of the most interesting sisters there because she was probably one of the ones that had the most evolution take place. She was the underdog, the forgotten one, the one that no one ever thought of as particularly extraordinary at all. And that's something I can kind of relate to a degree. I know what it's like to be in competition with extraordinary people and to not always see how incredible you are because you're too busy comparing yourself to other people. It's Tracy had it rough in comparison to her sisters. It's so weird because I'm one of those people, I rarely care about celebrity death. It's just the truth. It's just the truth. I rarely care about rich celebrities dying. I'm sorry. Michael Jackson died. It was sad, but I moved on real quick. Whitney Houston died. It was sad, but I moved on quick. You know, I'm just not one of those people who's caught up in the cult of celebrity, so I don't get caught up. I really enjoyed, loved, and related to Tracy Braxton. I thought she was so interesting and so full of life in a very different way than all her other sisters. Sometimes I like that quiet, subtle, different energy. You know, you got people who are very brash and in your face and very style oriented and very loud and who know how to pull attention and pull focus. And then you have people who have quiet power and subtle power. And that was Tracy to me. Again, I think maybe where I'm at in my headspace with friends and family, I'm a little bit more sensitive to death, but yeah. Tracy Braxton's passing is very sad. She leaves behind children and grandchildren. That also, you know, hits me kind of hard. So I've been thinking about her off and on throughout the weekend, ever since I told my partner that I saw on social media that she had passed. Cancer. So sick and tired of hearing about cancer and people dying of cancer and contracting cancer and surviving cancer and dealing with it. I'm just so sick of it. And it's so sad because you look at some of these statistics and they're talking about how 1 out of every 3 people is going to have cancer. You know, women are especially vulnerable. Just it's so weird. It's scary, it's terrifying. There I go. Depressing mukbang again. Maybe it's my 3rd, 4th, 5th depressing mukbang. Okay, so I've been thinking about Tracy Braxton. I'm not going to focus on her death. I'm going to focus on what I learned about her from her life. Tracy was always trying to improve herself, to grow, to develop, to evolve. She wanted to be seen and wanted to be more than what people perceived her and what she perceived of herself. So it's a good reminder about self-exploration, personal growth, personal evolution, following your dreams, you know. That's what I'm going to pull from Miss Braxton. I missed that show, Braxton Family Values. I'm pretty sure it's been canceled. They haven't had a season in like 1 or 2 years, I think. But I like Tracy. She was interesting. So it's all about the personal growth, the evolution, the change, the redefining of yourself and redefining and pushing past limits that have been placed on you by yourself or by other people or circumstances, you know? It's about growth. So, and that's also a theme in my life right now, growing and changing and evolving. Today's Monday, and it was a very Monday at work. But I'm sublimating all that craziness with a big old plate of food. What a mix, right? ¿Qué combinación? Rice. Where is their rice, Ben? French fries, corn on the cob, lamito. Oh, so good. Kennedy Fried Chicken, they will literally sell you anything as long as it's edible. Just catching up, sofrito lovers. Just catching up. Last week I couldn't bring you a mukbang. I'm sorry. It was a little bit difficult last week. We had some personal ups and downs, so I can't get into it too much, but my focus has to be elsewhere again. Learning to rock and adapt to situations. Name of the game. But I'm able to be with you here now, sharing this food with you, rambling. I'm rambling. You know, but I'm glad I'm able to be with you. I hope you guys are eating something really good. This is my dinner, my crazy French fry, corn on the cob, lamito dinner. I wonder if Kennedy Fried Chicken will ever sponsor me, despite the fact that I called them a ghetto hole in the wall. Just catching up with you guys. I hope you guys are doing well. I'm taking it day by day. So yeah, day by day, learning, evolving, growing, blah, blah, blah. This weekend, let me finish this bite. The corn is a little chewy, which I kind of like, but it's a lot. Okay, so the lovers. So this weekend, I went downtown, which I have not done in a while. I've been pretty much a Bronx, Washington Heights, Inwood, Uptown New York homebody because of, you know, a lot of the stuff that's happened globally. my own experience getting ill, but also a lot of the stuff happening around me with friends and family. I felt the need to be very close, but this weekend, David and I, we went downtown. We got on the 1 train and went all the way downtown. We went to Chelsea, a neighborhood, a very queer, well, some people will fight it's not as queer as it used to be, but it's a queer neighborhood. And we were running errands and running around and window shopping and stretching our legs and kind of reclaiming some normalcy, you know, in the face of insanity and global crises and passing of celebrities that you liked. We needed to reclaim some normalcy. So we went downtown. David went to DXL, which is this fancy store for big and fat people. David heard me say that right now and he regrets ever having met me. I'm sorry, it's a fancy, fat, and tall store for guys like us. We're both, I'm tall and fat. He's tallish and fattish. It's for big guys. No shaming coming from me. If anything, nothing but pride. I am un gordito and I love it. I'm a chubby wubby and I'm delicious. And you cannot tell me anything otherwise. But and so is David. But I majorly digress. So we went down there, do some jeans shopping, walking around the neighborhood, window shopping. We went to Empire Cakes, which is this great little bakery where they make great treats. We haven't been down there in a very long time. Got some treats. We walked around 14th Street. We had a late lunch, early dinner at Copelia, this Cuban restaurant. I don't recommend. I have a love-hate relationship with Copelia. Sometimes I've gone there and the food is okay, and other times the food is wretched and horrible. Yesterday it was kind of mediocre. That's the thing with Copelia. I try to give it a lot of chances. I'm never blown away by the food. I just always think it's okay or just bad. So we went there. I had some oxtails that were delicious, but the sides were not that great. David had ordered some pernil, which, roasted pork shoulder, which was good, but he had wanted French fries and they gave him yuca fries, and he doesn't like yuca because he's the pickiest human being on earth. So we reclaimed some normalcy. We went downtown and did our thing. Here in New York, people are going all over the place, but I'm very particular, being that I'm around a lot of family members with very weak immune systems. I try my hardest to avoid getting ill, and when I did get ill, I super quarantined and isolated so as to not, endanger the lives of any of my family. So even though there are tons of people like, I go out every 5 minutes, I don't. But reclaim some normalcy, change the paradigm a little bit. So it was great. It was a good weekend. It felt good. It felt good to be the New Yorker that I usually am. The Gyro is amazing. It's really hitting the spot. I haven't had lamb in a while. Personally, I think lamb is one of those underrated meats, in my opinion. Super underrated. But amazingly yummy. So, I've been rambling for a while. I love you guys. Como siempre, sofrito lovers, go out there, go taste for yourself, go have some culinary adventures. We'll see each other soon, okay? Como siempre, mucho amor.